What's up, what's up? I'm recording this towards the end of a long day and not feeling creative, not really in the mood at all, but I do want to honor my commitment to creating and recording a video every day. And yeah, I'm tired, not feeling it, but I thought it would be good to jump on this opportunity of actually not feeling creative and talking about that, making the most of my sluggishness today. And I wanted to talk about the difference between commitment and creativity and how the two interrelate and how useful an understanding of both can be when we're in the world of creating anything. So if we create, whether we create content for social media or videos, or we write or we make music, or even any of us who are committed to good habits like exercise, no fat, cooking good meals every day. A lot of the people that I work with, and this is also coming from my own experience of being me and working with myself over the years, I see a lot of people with this mindset that in order to create, particularly artistic works, but anything really, in order to create, we need to act on inspiration. We need to create when we are inspired to create. The best forms of art come when we're kind of in the throes of creativity and we have everything ready to just pour out onto the page and we're in the mood to create. The trouble with this is that art and creativity and content only happens, it only gets created when we're in the mood to create. And how often are you strictly, truly in the mood to create? Well, it's sporadic. Some of us might be luckier than others and we might feel it more often in the day. We might just be high on coffee or just high on ourselves and able to create more and more. But generally speaking, what I see when people follow that mantra of I can only create when I'm inspired, they tend not to do anything at all. Or they do very little. And they may feel inspired one day, they might jump out of bed and feel ready to create something, and they produce a magnificent painting. But then only the one painting gets made, and then days go by, weeks go by, and there's still not that inspiration that they had. That spark is no longer to be found. And so they're going off this illusory, elusive feeling of being inspired to create art, and they can't find it. And nothing gets created. There's no consistency that comes out of that. And so I see a lot of people struggling and a lot of people not creating and not producing and not seeing traction and not seeing results because, and I was talking about this in yesterday's video, they haven't created a system that comes out of commitment that leads to you creating whether you feel like it or not. So we have on the one side, create when you're inspired, and on the other side, create whether you feel like it or not as a result of your commitment to creating. You want to be on the latter side. If you're looking to make traction, if you're looking to create engagement, if you're looking to develop your own mastery in something and get really good and become one of the best video creators in YouTube or become a better artist, you want to be following the professional route of creating a system over the amateur route of following only when inspiration strikes. And if you've read Stephen Pressfield's books, they're fantastic on this. The War of Art, I think, was one of them. And he talks a lot about the difference between an amateur and a pro. And if you're a writer or an artist, the amateur will only create when they feel like it, which is going to be rare. It's going to be very, very infrequent. And the more kind of picky you get as an artist, the more in your head, in your mind you are as an artist, the more excuses you're going to come up with that says, I'm not ready for the masterpiece I'm supposed to be making, so I never get round to doing it, right? You're always kind of setting yourself higher and higher standards, and you're always going to be holding yourself back further and further and further because you're putting this resistance between you and the creativity because you take it so seriously. And you haven't got a system in place that says it doesn't matter how you feel, you have set yourself an appointment with your paintbrush, with your camera today at this time, or you have set yourself the goal of getting this video done, out, published and shared by this time every day, like I have, that's where you want to be. You want to be following your own system so that it's nothing, you're taking yourself out of the equation, you're taking your feelings and your emotions out of the equation. When you're following your feelings, life looks a bit like that. Up and down, long gaps, frustration, lack of traction. So choose the professional route. The reason I make commitments in the way that I do, when I say I'm going to make a video every day and I make it public and I hold myself accountable, is because I'm going as best as I can down the professional route. I want things to be professional, and I have not always been professional. And whenever my work has suffered, whenever I felt like I've been coasting and I feel like my results haven't been coming in and I'm not seeing the outcomes I want in my career and my business, it's because I've diverted down the route of amateur, down the route of let's just do things whenever I feel like it, let's not have a system, let's just sort of wing it. That's never worked out. The system might feel constricting to some of you, especially the really creative types, but when you look at the successes of the real geniuses in writing and art and any kind of content creation, the people who have built enormous followings, have produced hundreds of videos, thousands of videos, and have created an enormous subscribership, you always tend to look back and you can see just the amount of consistent work they've put in over time. That consistent daily work has not come out of feeling inspired every day by these people. I'm sure that there have been many, many days, and if you ask any of these guys, did you always feel like it? The answer would be no, of course. They're not going to feel like doing it every day. Casey Neistat, the YouTuber, look at his run that he had when he was producing a vlog every day for years. There will have been many days, if not every day, when he didn't start off feeling in the mood, feeling creative, and yet he produced fantastic, well-edited, amazing videos for years. And that came out of a dedication, a commitment to professionalism, to putting a system in place that prompted him to act regardless of how he felt. So I want to go back to the order in which creativity and commitment need to be seen to make the most use of this awareness. Most of us put creativity before commitment. We say we will commit when we feel creative, right? We say, I'll write the article when I'm in the mood and when I've got this amazing idea and I have this insight, then I'm going to write, then I'm going to commit. So I'm going to be creative first, I'm going to wait for creativity to strike, and then I'm going to commit. And guess what happens? You write an article every 3 months. You want to turn that round, you want to put, you got it, commitment before creativity. Commit to something first. Commit to a concrete system of checking in every day or checking in 3 times a week, whatever it is. Commit first. Let that lead into creativity. So right now, I'm feeling a lot more buoyed, a lot more engaged, and I feel more creative, but it's come after the fact of my commitment having been made. So when you commit to something, it means that you're going to drag your ass to the desk, even if you feel completely not in the mood. It means putting on your trainers, getting ready to run when you don't feel in the mood and it's dark outside. Commitment's there. The creativity, the energy will come out of the action that gets taken once the commitment's been made. Creativity is stirred up in that sense through action, and that action can be done totally grudgingly. You could be cursing, you could be grumbling your way through the initial stages of that action, but you will find that what action does, what movement does, it starts to generate warmth, it starts to generate electricity, it starts to generate that creativity you're looking for, and you'll find yourself, some days you might not feel it at all, but creating something is better than nothing. Even if it's just a scribble on a paper, it's going to stir something up in you. It might inform the next thing that you do. And it also, if anything, creates confidence in you that you are able to commit. And 90% of creativity is about confidence. Confidence in yourself. Confidence in knowing that you're going to stick to your system. That's how amazing things get made. That's how things accumulate. That's how genius develops. That's my video for today. Hope that made sense. If you enjoyed this, do subscribe. Do like this video if you liked it. I'm ready for bed, but I'm happy to have created this for you guys. So speak to you in the next one. Peace.